Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Monday, the 21st of April, 2025. I'll be honest with you guys, today was a exhausting day. Today was a day of great progress and good content, but at the same time, today was a frustrating day for me. So allow me to tell you why. We started off today with the Level 1 podcast, but we started early because basically, um, I needed to get the show done early so I could do a ginormous special edition of Smark Guys. I called it the Smark Guys WrestleMania Super Show because not only was I going to go over all of the different um, matches from WrestleMania over the weekend, 8 hours of wrestling, but I was also going to have multiple guest hosts on over the course of the show. So because of that, I knew I needed a ton of time to do it. It was a 4-hour show. So I said, we got to shorten the podcast. I turn on the podcast and YouTube is telling me your stream has been detected for copywritten content or someone else's content and may get shut down. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, the only time ever that this has happened was when I was doing DSP versus the internet, and it would happen only during certain clips that had been loaded into YouTube's algorithm. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is very frustrating because how am I supposed to fix this? Like, realistically, how am I supposed to avoid this? I can't. I don't even know what's going on. I played my own music. I played my own voice, my own setup. What you're seeing now is literally what was on the podcast, and YouTube was flagging it, claiming it was someone else's content. Luckily, YouTube didn't turn off my stream. And that's weird because usually when that would happen, when it was on DSP versus the internet, it would shut off my stream. So I was thinking maybe it's a glitch. All right. We tried a few different things. Nothing seemed to clear it up. It just did it for the whole podcast. The podcast was a short one, a fun one, though. We had a good time. And then we jumped into Smark Guys. Smark Guys was 4 hours today. Yes, I covered all of WrestleMania 41. Every single match I talked about in detail. We had Ethan Ralph on for about 45 minutes as a guest. Then we went through Cypress TV's opinions about WrestleMania, which he had written for me ahead of time because he couldn't be there live. And then to end the show, we had Gahul. So all three guest hosts made an appearance in some form, two actually being there live to be interactive. The show was great, in my opinion. 4 hours of legit, interesting, informed wrestling takes and commentary. So if you want to see that, it's live over on DSP Reacts right now as an archive stream, as the featured video on the channel. Okay? So, worked my butt off to make that happen. Watched over 8 hours of wrestling this weekend of WrestleMania. All right? All the logistics of getting these guys to appear on the show. And, the setup and everything for the show. Yeah, I had a special background, 2 colors and stuff. Attendance was all right, not going to lie. Attendance was decent, but support was very underwhelming. We only made $100 for a 4-hour wrestling show that required some 10 plus hours of work to put out. And so I had explained to everyone that Smark Guys is a show that I've enjoyed doing, but basically its future was dependent on today's show. The fact that we didn't get enough people showing up and engaging and supporting with the show, even though I put the most effort into it, kind of tells me people just aren't that interested in a wrestling show from me. That's disappointing, especially after 14 episodes, because today was episode 14. You would have thought the post-WrestleMania episode would have been the most popular one. Okay? I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to tell you. It is what it is. That's what happened. So I'll tell you this. I'm not doing another Smart Guys this week. I'm not doing another Smart Guys next week. At the earliest, it'll return in May, if I even bring it back. What I want to do is gauge interest and feedback. If we get people who start coming by in the next few days and are like, oh, I just couldn't make it, but I really love the show, please keep it going. People can do super thanks on the video. And sometimes what happens is people come after the fact and contribute on another stream and say, hey, I wish I was there. Sorry, I couldn't make it. If we get that level of interest, then I'll consider bringing the show back. But as of now, I'm really apprehensive. That was 4 months of work culminating in the biggest wrestling commentary show I've ever done. I'd never done a 4-hour show like that before, ever. Even back in the day, the show was usually around 2 hours long, never 4. So I was hoping that people would like it, and it just didn't seem like it clicked with a big enough audience. Like I said, maybe it's the internet wrestling community already has grown so much in the last decade that I haven't been doing the commentary. There's just not enough desire to see me do it. I can't really complain or explain. It's just reality. Okay? So It is what it is. All I do is kind of shrug and say, well, that's life. What can I do? Not much. And we'll talk about it maybe over the next couple of days to try to determine if it's something that I'm going to do moving forward or not. But yeah, I hope you'll still watch the show. I do stand by it. I think it was a great wrestling commentary show. Okay. All right. Then on the late stream, it was the conclusion of Atomfall. And I am pleased to announce not only did we beat Atomfall, we did 2 different endings. So it was cool to see the 2 alternate endings, although to be honest, they weren't that different. They were kind of really similar to each other, just with one little different variable twist. So I gave my final thoughts on the game, and then we chilled for about 30 minutes. But sadly, guess what? We didn't hit the goal tonight. In fact, we didn't even get halfway. So today was a day where I really, I worked hard, and we didn't hit any goals. Now, is this the end of the world? Absolutely not. Again, what morons like to do is act like the sky is falling. This is the end of everything. Man, this is a sign that it's the beginning of the end for Phil. It's not. Okay? Tomorrow, we go at it again. We retackle everything. We play different games. We have some fun. And hopefully it turns out well. I just think today was some kind of a bump in the road. I don't know why, particularly both streams today. Because Atomfall actually has gotten good support the majority of the time that I've played it. So maybe because I turned it to a night stream, but I needed to do that. I only needed about 90 minutes to beat it. So I wasn't going to have it be a day stream. I'm not sure. All right. But I certainly hope that you guys will watch the conclusion of Atomfall, that you'll watch Smark Guys, and hopefully tomorrow we can come back strong because we're at 27 out of 30 goals. We already know the 2 options, either the new menu at Chipotle, it's this new like Chipotle honey chicken hot menu or something, or the 3 new menu items at Wendy's are the things we're going to be doing for DSP Tries It. We already know that at 50 goals, we're going to do a special marathon. We have a few great ideas for that. So obviously, I don't want that to stagger. And the other thing is, we hit our goals frequently. Yesterday we did, both for Minecraft and for Disco Elysium. So some days it's just inexplicable why we don't hit it. Seriously, I just don't get it. Especially with Smark Guys being such a big show with so much effort. That's what's disappointing to me is that I put in so much time and effort into it and it didn't translate, right? Anyway, so here's the deal. Tomorrow, I come back strong. Tomorrow, we readjust, we realign, and we move forward positively. What are we doing tomorrow? Tomorrow is the continuation of Blueprints. I'm very excited for that. I hope that you'll join me for that because the game's been great so far. Every single time we play, we unlock something completely new. Last time we had the magnifying glass. That gave us a whole bunch of new stuff. So I'm looking forward to more. But also, on today's Level 1 podcast, or tomorrow's Level 1 podcast, I should say, we are going to go over the Oblivion Remastered announcement. It is going on at 8 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Now, I'm not going to be up at 8 a.m., but likely, just like we did with the Nintendo stuff, I'm going to watch it after the fact live on the podcast, and then we can talk about it together and see if we're excited for it or not. I don't know when it's coming out. People do want me to give the Oblivion Remaster at least one shot to see if it's any good. Okay? We'll see. Let's see if it's any good or not. If it looks good, then perhaps in the future I would do a playthrough. But the thing is, I played Oblivion 2 years ago. I have no plans to playing it as a playthrough now, so we're not going to do it immediately. But, for example, let's say they announce, oh, Oblivion's out right now. Then tomorrow night on the late stream, we'll check out Oblivion for a couple of hours. That'll be our taste of it. If not, then tomorrow night will be Call of Duty Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Okay? Which we did pretty good last time we did it last week, and hopefully it does well again this week. Okay, folks. That's it for today. Please enjoy the content after the fact. I will see you tomorrow for a full and fun day, a fun podcast covering Oblivion, more Blueprints on the first stream, and either Black Ops or Oblivion on the late stream, depending on what happens. All right? Have a good night. See you all tomorrow. Peace out.